two, one. Welcome, guys, to episode 3, The Cell of The Walking Dead. And of course, with me here is Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I am doing well.
All right, let's get the show on the road. This show was all about Daryl, Dwight, and Negan, pretty much. These were the main 3 characters we saw. Oh,
and a little Shelley.
Yes, a little bit of that. Sorry, the audio from the YouTube page just kind of jumped back up on me. I'm gonna share my thoughts in this episode first before you do.
Please do.
It was boring.
Really? You thought so? I thought this show was great.
If you can tell,
that music was awesome.
If you can tell, we've switched roles here because Lou would tell you that yes, it was very boring and it wasn't as exciting as Lou would like. I'm just going to turn that light off because it was kind of blinding in the back. I apologize, but it was.
You want to know?
You
want to know what was exciting?
What?
Watching Daryl eat dog food.
I think for me the most exciting moment was when Daryl didn't flinch. That part, and then because he was about.
Daryl has always been like that in the show. If you've noticed.
Yeah, no, but because after that was going to come a beatdown. That's why.
And even in that beatdown, he started it off.
Yeah, he did.
He got a couple of jabs in there before they pummeled his ass to the ground.
Yeah, because he punched the big dude in the stomach, man. He should have punched that guy in the face first.
No, he hit one guy in the face.
Yeah, no, he hit one guy in the face, and the big dude, he tried to punch him in the stomach. He got him in his belly first. I saw that belly move come in, and his hand couldn't reach his face.
I mean, let's be real, dude. It was like, what, 10-on-1?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, this is not a Bruce Lee moment or Ip Man moment where he would have handled that. But I mean, the episode, I get some of the reasons why, but to me, you know, because we're talking earlier, to me, this episode didn't show me as much as what I even got from last episode. So, first episode of the season was, you know, introducing Negan and all that, you know, stuff from last season, right? Second episode was the Kingdom. At least the Kingdom, I kind of got. I like the way they introduced the Kingdom in the sense, like, you know, we understand the King was a little bit of a con man, right? What they showed from Negan today is nothing I didn't expect from Negan.
Seriously, what pissed me off was these flipping fools kneeling to him like he's our Lord and Savior. No, bitch, you ain't Kevin Feige.
Okay, yeah. And I do agree. That was it felt a little forced because, to me, truly, the way they showed Negan does not have a true right-hand man. From what they've shown. No, not the comics. From what they showed.
No, even in the comics, he really didn't have someone who was right-hand.
So for me, I won't see people kneeling down. I see people being afraid, but not necessarily kneeling. Like, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, he doesn't have a true right-hand man. This is not like any of the other places where you can say that. It's a very insular episode, and to me, one of the best parts I liked was when Daryl told Dwight at the end, "I know why you did it." I mean, in nicer words, he said you were a punk, but I like the fact that he told him that that's just not me. That was probably the best part of the whole episode. Just that little last minute, you know, that Daryl's like, he's not gonna quit.
Spoiler warning: Dwight's a bitch. To this day, Dwight's a bitch, and I could see them doing one thing. I could see them killing Dwight and putting Daryl in his place. Going forward, they're not killing Daryl off this show.
No, they're not. You mean
they could kill Dwight? So
you're saying that Daryl becomes his right-hand man against the other guys during the war? Woo.
You understand what? Not that part. After this all-out war finishes, things will take place, and Dwight becomes the leader of that group.
In the comics, okay.
In the comics.
All right.
But then he can't take the burden of being a leader, so he just leaves.
Okay.
and someone else they do some other shit, and he was helping Rick train other people. But Dwight's just a bitch. He's a
Dwight was
punk.
helping Rick train other people.
Yes,
Oh
you
man,
understand? When they overthrow Negan,
still spoiler people. I know. I'm just listening.
once Negan gets overthrown, all the communities are at peace.
Oh, I see.
There's even a big community fair.
Okay, and that's when the guys from the W show up, right? That's the next arc.
Well, they don't have W's on their forehead.
Oh, whatever.
They just wear walker skin.
Okay. Anyway, those nutcases. Yeah, there really isn't
That's a good word for them.
Yeah, no, there isn't much in this episode to go on other than the fact that Daryl's still Daryl.
Daryl ain't gonna break.
He's not gonna break, especially to me, and I agree because to me, Daryl's looking at Negan, going like, "You don't know my older brother, do you? Right?" Like, because if you go back to Daryl's older brother from season 2, 3,
season 1 and 2,
1 and 2, yeah, that guy was just terrible. I mean, he was like just a redneck Negan. So for Daryl, that's normal for him. That kind of behavior is normal. Next week we see that they go back to Rick, and Rick says he's no longer in control.
But like I said, all this shit is a ruse.
I didn't know. No, I you know what? I probably buy you there, where Rick has to show submission as long as possible, so that he can plan stuff. I want to see Jesus come back. I think that would just bring some excitement back. No, I know this. I'm just saying that, the first episode was exciting. The second episode, I understand the slowdown, and I like the introduction of the kingdom. It was fine because I like the fact that, you realize that this guy, the kid, what's his name, King Ezekiel, was playing the part. But this episode really slowed it. To me, I really was hoping this episode was going to be a juxtaposition, and you were right from last week, so I apologize. But I was hoping this episode was a juxtaposition between Rick and then maybe not Rick, sorry, Daryl. No, Daryl and maybe Maggie on her journey over there, because that's reinforcing that Daryl is pissed that he's the one that got Glenn killed, and then what do you call it again? And Maggie's still thinking of Glenn as she's going over there to the other hilltop. That would have been much better episode for me.
See, here, I was having this chat in another community, and one of the guys was like, "Oh, they flipped the episodes." Either way, if they didn't flip it or not, we got 2 back-to-back boring as shit episodes.
I would say we got 2 back-to-back slow episodes. I won't call the second episode boring. I will call.
Oh God, that shit was boring too.
No, it wasn't.
Just tell me, just say it, dude. I want. They did that whole introduction so stupid and wonky.
No.
Really,
I disagree.
Thing was Carol playing the role of, oh really? Oh yes, I'm just a little old housewife.
No,
bullshit.
Morgan
should be a dead motherfucker already.
Easy.
Damn it.
Easy.
I want shit flowing right, and this show's just not doing it.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Or else I'm gonna mute you.
Oh, the dreaded mute button.
Oh, I could just kick you off the chat too. 1 and 2.
If you do that, then you're on your own.
Yeah.
And I can't come back in. We've done that before.
Yeah. No, I mean, the thing is it's not the second episode. To me, the second episode is fine because for regular audiences, not just you, regular audiences, that the depths of first episode was too high. The problem is this episode. This episode did not follow off correctly because this episode should have taken us back to normal Walking Dead status with a few more spices in there rather than it being... They
did take us back to normal Walking Dead status. Walking Dead, the show has become so predictable. You have a kick-ass, and granted, the season premiere was weak to me, but your season premieres normally are somewhat strong, and then you follow through with a bunch of filler-type episodes that progress the story so slowly. It's like, dude, What are we getting next? What are we getting that next week calls for 85 minutes?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because next week's show is 85 minutes. What are you giving me besides Negan talking about open up, little piggies? I'm here to collect.
I don't know.
Is he gonna kill? Is he gonna kill? What's her face's son?
Oh,
Nope.
the former lady's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's supposed to get a nice gut shot.
Okay.
Well, let's see when they're gonna do that.
Okay. So let's put it out here. You would be happy if Negan kills somebody at the place.
Fuck. Hell yeah. Let him kill somebody. Damn it. Bring some excitement back. Let Negan. He ain't gonna use Lucille ever again.
Okay. So somebody's gonna get shot. I mean,
not even shot. Negan takes the kid and stabs him in the gut, and his guts just spill out everywhere. And he goes to Rick. He goes, "You see, I killed him for you, Rick, because he wanted to take your place.
Okay.
And I don't like that."
You know what? I have a feeling we might see that for one reason.
Well, then,
for one reason,
let it bring some excitement.
One reason, when you watch the previews for next week, the last shot, you see Rick having that same face again, and Negan walks by him. So maybe that's it. That I just watch the preview for next week. You see it again. Rick has that like fear look in his eye, and then Negan just kind of, Negan, his regular smile, he just walks by. So something happened.
Oh, and let it be true that Carl does what I want next week. If Carl does that next week, this show will redeem itself.
Maybe that's why we have 85 minutes. Who knows? But we'll see. Yeah, this is really slow episode, but I'll just say, guys, leave your thoughts. What you think. We all know what Lou thinks. Lou is quite annoyed, not to the levels as he was for the season finale last year, where he couldn't stop swearing like half the time.
Hey, but to my defense, neither could the chat.
That's the chat, okay? Nobody can hear it. You just have to read it. You were just on.
Well, I was the voice for the chat.
Yes, the voice for the chat. So, yeah, next week we will see what happens. Maybe that will help alleviate some of Buddha Rod's heightened feelings right now. But yeah, we'll leave it to that, guys, for today, because it's not much, and there's only 12 minutes. We really can't talk more about.
What do you want to talk about?
Daryl in prison, in cell,
prison, being broken by two godforsaken songs that I swear to God, if it wasn't for the TV, I would have broken already.
But you know what? But that's purposely why the songs were there. This is be annoying. But stay tuned. We will be having our
Westworld discussion tomorrow around noon.
Westworld discussion around noon.
Yeah, noon, 1 o'clock, like we always do.
1 o'clock tomorrow. Westworld. We'll do that discussion. This should be very interesting. Westworld looks like it's about to take some turns. Somebody tweeted out that something's going to happen that will make us want to go and rewatch everything from the beginning. Yes, I can't remember who tweeted that out, but saying that not this episode, but either this or the next episode, something's going to happen that we will go, wait, let me check out episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all over again. So I don't know, but we'll see. It looks like at least that's getting interesting and exciting. At this point, we say thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel and always enjoy your entertainment.
Booyah.